Page 133, Prelude in C major. Another very famous piece or arrangement of a piece by Bach. Just keep in mind what a prelude is. A prelude is a piece which sort of introduces something else coming. It's not like it's meant to be standalone. It's just setting the mood or whatever for what's coming. Like beginning of a church service or something. And generally preludes sound like they're just being improvised. They're just making it up as they go. A lot of preludes sound like that. And this one does too. It just sounds like it's playing a bunch of broken chords. At the beginning you got a C chord, and then here, and then here. They're just a bunch of broken chords. That's prelude. So let's look it over. It's one page long, a treble and bass clef. No sharps or flats in the key signature. If you look around, you're going to find this is in C major. Make sure you're doing the C major scale and the A minor scale, two octaves up and down. You've heard this lecture before, blah, blah, blah. Okay, moving on. Common time or 4/4 time. Lots of eighth notes with a few 16th notes stuck in for fun. Right hand first. I want to play everything connected. Reach up. And here, that's fine here. And then it's the end of measure 4, it's here. And then here. And then watch the fingering, it changes. We got to get ready for what's coming. They'd have a 2/5, but you can use 3/5 there. This is the end of measure 6. Here. You can use 2/5 or 3/5. I tend to just stay there and use 3/5 and 4. Whichever. Just use it. And then going on measure 7, that quarter note going into measure 8 is tied. So it's one and. So you just reach up and go. Now measure 7 on the chord, I recommend a 2/4/5 on that chord, not a 1/3/5 here. The reason is because, again, I want to connect everything, and I need the thumb for that D in the next measure. So I'm going to use second finger there. So measure 5 would be here, here, or here, whichever finger you're using to play the half note, but on the quarter note you come down here. And then you can go on, 1 and 2. And then you just keep. Okay. Measure 13, you're up here. 1 and 2. And then they say a 1/3 or a 2/4, it's your choice. 1/3 works better for me because I'm a fifth finger on the A, and I can get there more easily with a thumb. It moves better than with the second finger. I'm scrunching up. So it's more comfortable for me to use the thumb. And then the 1E and a 1E. It's like a C major scale. You're just not starting and ending on C, but the feeling is the same. We're just starting on an A, and then come down. This is like a G major scale, except you don't have the F sharp. And then come down. I don't like this, but I don't have much choice. I can do that, but now I'm out of position to go on. So this sets me up for the last bit. I'd like to connect it if I can. So I'm going to use 2/5 here. If your hand's not big enough, you got to use 1/5. Otherwise 2/5. Connect both notes. That's why I use 2/5 here. Otherwise I could do a 1/2 and then come down. Depends on where I want to connect the notes. Left hand, well, left hand, broken chords, measure 4, 1, and it is fourth finger on the E, not third. And just broken chords. Measure 9, 1 and 2 and 1 and 1 and 1 E and out. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. This is fun. Then at the end, measure 14, you're on here, and then go on. And I do a 2. I don't want to use thumb again, so I do a 2, and here you gotta lift up. connected. Put the hands together. Now when I first put the hands together, I'm hesitating all over. I don't care. I just want to know which fingers are working together. At the beginning, the left hand's not doing anything, holding that down. But when you get to measure 4, you're up here now. And as I play the E, the right hand comes up, it's got to rest. So the hard part I find in this kind of music is to hold the notes down the correct length and lift up on the rest when I'm supposed to. I've always struggled with that. And this is good music, this Baroque type music, Bach, Scarlatti, these people, they're really good music to practice that stuff. I played a lot of Scarlatti in college. He used that more than Bach on this kind of music because it's the same. It's harpsichord music, and it works the fingers. You got to get control on the fingers to play it well. So a measure 4, it's here, here, there, and then here. And you lift up, lift up. Careful on measure 11 with the F sharp. That sharp is good for the rest of the measures, so all of those Fs are sharped. Get sort of comfortable with the notes and lifting up for the rest, and then go back over it very carefully and slowly and get rid of the hesitations. So those 8th note pulses are the same throughout. Once you have that, we can think about the articulation. Here you're simply lifting up here. Each phrase starts on a half a beat. So at the beginning it starts on the and of one, and. They're all going to do this. This is very common in Bach. Lift up. Lift up. So they're all doing that. Lift up is very important. Then the dynamics. Really, it applies to both hands here pretty much. As I said, this is harpsichord music. And a harpsichord, you just play the notes. You can't play one hand louder than the other. You're just playing the notes. So just play it. Sort of loud. Now you're going to crescendo up to loud for measure 4, but don't get loud until measure 4. So take your time. You're not going from moderately loud to loud. Take your time. Just... You're loud. Then measure 7, you get the dip. You're going to go back down to moderately loud. You got a couple measures to get there. Take your time. So when I start measure 8, I'm still on the loud side. Then measure 9, I'm back down like I was at the beginning. 10, I get a crescendo, go back up sort of loud again. Don't get loud to measure 12. 13. And then on measure 14, you're starting it loud and you're going to go up to very loud and back here. There, it's very loud. I retard at the end. It's kind of implied. There's nothing written, but again, in this kind of music, they didn't necessarily put in retardandos where they go. It was up to you to feel it. It's letting the people know we're done, especially with Bach, because Bach, the way he wrote his music, you're getting to the end of a phrase, you think, okay, we're done, and then he just keeps going, and you, what? So it's kind of nice to retard at the end and let them know we are done this time. Now, one word of caution on this kind of music, please don't use pedal. Some people will teach pedal on this. You can pedal with the harmony and change it. It changes it. Don't. That's not. This is harpsichord music. Got to be clean. No pedal at all, please. As far as the speed goes, whatever you can do on these. 1, 2, 3, however you feel a nice, easy speed. way don't copy me. If I would get to practice a little bit, it would go a lot smoother and cleaner and all. Yeah, professionals would play a lot better than that. I'm sure you can play it better than that. Just get into it. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Feel these, especially in measure 14. 1. Well, feel this. 1, 2. It helps to keep these runs even and smooth and under control if you can feel it. If you have to, do it on the beat. There, and then as it goes faster, maybe every 2 beats. However you do it. But feel the natural accents throughout. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs. I'm just playing the notes. I will lift up for the phrasing though, and for the rest, of course. So I'll give us 4 counts. We're going to go really slow. In fact, I'm going to put the metronome on 8th notes, so it's beating 8th notes. But I'll give us 4 quarter notes to come in. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. And 3 and 4 and off.